Hello everyone, we are back with another review and I am back on the Casios. Today, it's a contender for the F91W's crown. It's the Casio W86. The W86, if you can get it, usually costs around £15. The price has been moving around a lot lately because it's been discontinued. So I've seen these going a lot higher, but it seems to have dropped back down again recently. For your money, you're getting a 37mm width watch, 35mm in height, and 9.5mm in thickness. You've got an acrylic crystal, like all budget Casios have, 50 meters of water resistance, an electroluminescent light, an alarm, a stopwatch, and the usual calendar. Not a bad little package. The two features where this trumps the F91 are the backlight, which is hugely improved over the F91's, quite frankly, diabolical backlight. And the fact that you've got 50 meters water resistance, whereas the F91 is essentially just splash proof. So a couple of decent upgrades. Worth noting as well that the strap is significantly improved over the fairly poor strap that comes on the F91. The F91 strap is always a weak point. This one, just a little bit more solid. It feels like it will stand the test of time better. And in all my time buying and selling watches, it's very rare that I pick up a W86 with a damaged strap. Now, I pick up F91s with damaged straps all of the time. In order to give you an idea of size, I'm going to show you this next to an F91, just so you can get a feel for it. Now, the F91 I'm going to show you is a fake F91. It's the one that I used recently to show you how to avoid buying a fake. But the case dimensions are pretty much bang on, so it'll do for what we're doing here today. As you can see, very, very similar in size. Not a huge amount of difference, certainly in the width and the height of the case. In terms of the thickness, it's a little bit chunkier, but not by much. It's quite a comfortable watch. It wears pretty well. Not big at all, but it's just got a little bit more substance than the F91. So if you find the F91 a little bit too small, this has got a little bit more presence about it. When it comes to the design, there are a few things I like about the W86, but there's one thing that I cannot stand. So I like the case shape. I like the dimensions. I think it wears really well on my 6.75-inch wrist. It feels chunky. It's a little bit more of a matte finish than the F91, which I think looks good. The strap works really well with these cutout sections. I don't really think these cutout sections serve much purpose, but it's a better strap generally. The big problem I've got with it is I do not like these turquoise bars. So where the F91 has got this sort of retro 80s cool to it, and if I was thinking of a movie that this watch reminds me of, it would be the movie War Games. Now, I don't know if the F91W features in War Games, but that's the film that I think of. When I look at the W86, it gives me a completely different vibe. This is mid-90s. This is Saved by the Bell, which is nowhere near as cool. This turquoise colour, it's just so prominent. I just can't get past it. Now, I completely understand that is personal preference, and you might really like the turquoise. And if you do, you're onto a winner here because this is a cracking little watch for the price. On the wrist, it looks like this. As I mentioned before, there's just a little bit more presence than the F91 on the wrist. It feels nice and comfortable at 9.5mm thick, nice and slim, and it will slip onto shirts and things like that without a problem. Very comfortable watch, easily one of the most comfortable in my collection, so no issues there whatsoever. The electroluminescent backlight on this watch is brilliant. You've got a really flat, even light, and it looks really cool, and it's significantly better than the LED backlights. And it is unfortunate that Casio are no longer running with the electroluminescent backlight in their watches. That said, the new LED technology that they've got is pretty good, and the battery life is much better. But if I can ever get hold of a watch with an electroluminescent backlight, I typically do try and grab them because they're going to get rarer and rarer over the years from this point forward. All in all, the W86 is very close to being the replacement watch for the F91 for me, but it just misses the mark. I like the case, I like the strap, I like the upgrades to the water resistance and the electroluminescent backlight, but I can't get past this dial design. This turquoise really doesn't do it for me. And for that reason, I would take the F91 with its worst light, its worst water resistance over this watch any day.